It's 10 questions on math-related trivia written by trivia player John Baugh at my live trivia nights in Southern California. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be? And welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds, and I am a trivia host in the Southern California area. I host at about 14 different places on a weekly basis, and you can see all those locations by going to triviawithbuds.com and clicking on locations. Speaking of locations, I have a place called Last Name Brewing in Upland, California, where I've been hosting every Wednesday for 4 years in April, which is the longest running trivia night that I have. So special thanks to Last Name Brewing for being my home base for all trivia in the SoCal region. And because we have such fun there, we have this big group called the the Inland Empire Pub Quiz Meetup group with the website Meetup. And they've come to a lot of my trivia nights, and I've become friends with a lot of them. And one of them is named John Baugh. And John is a teacher in the Ontario Montclair School District. And because I always complain at my live nights about how I never get to actually play trivia myself, because I'm always busy hosting it, John took it upon himself to write me a bunch of trivia questions. It was very cool. He handed me this packet at the beginning of the night this past Wednesday, and he said, hey, this is for you to play trivia. So there's, I think, 5 or 6 rounds in here, and then at the end are all the answers. So I'm very excited to go over these. I'm going to take my time with them instead of doing them all in one day. And what I'm going to do is kind of space them out on the podcast, and I will try and answer the questions to the best of my ability. And then I'll go over the answers with you guys. So you get to play along and kind of see how I do on the first batch of questions, which today is all about math. We have some math questions, which I am not good at. I am not good at math stuff. So we'll see how hard he was or how lenient he was with these math-related questions. I don't know exactly what John teaches. I'm just looking at his Facebook profile. And it says he is a teacher in the Ontario Montclair School District. I should ask him what he teaches. And he studied at California State University, Fullerton, and he went to Brea Olinda High. And he's married to someone named Charlotte. So that's pretty sweet. And I took a picture of me and John, if you want to see it, over on my Facebook page. I posted it on my Trivia with Buds Facebook page and my personal page. It's me and him kind of posing with the packet that he gave me. So it should be a fun little episode and some fun episodes in weeks to come with this big packet that he gave me. Hope you're having a great weekend. I had a show a couple nights ago in a place called Public School 818 in Sherman Oaks, California, and it went really well. It was through another show that I did a couple years ago, and this lady hit me up. Her name was Amber, and she said, hey, can you come entertain about 50 people in this small back room for our annual party? And we had a blast. We did some smartphone buzz-in Kahoot style games. We did a couple of bingo games on 80s movies and hit song playlists, and we did a bunch of random trivia rounds on company slogans and board games and a bunch of other fun stuff. So if you have a party coming up, I'd love to do your party. Again, you can go to triviawithbuds.com, click around, you can read a bunch of reviews. There's 90 plus Yelp reviews. Yelp is weird. Sometimes there's 91, sometimes there's 97, and they just kind of like take some away and bring some back. So I don't know what the service that Yelp uses does to filter reviews, but sometimes I have more than others, but usually it's always over 90 or sometimes 100. So you can read a ton of different reviews. Most of them are 5 stars and a lot of great details on how to make your party or event very, very cool. I'm also on a website called Gigmasters. If you're ever looking for a corporate gig, you can go to gigmasters.com and search for trivia. I should come up, especially in major cities like Las Vegas, San Diego, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. I have what they call featured profiles on those cities. So if you search for trivia host or game show host or interactive host, I should come up pretty quick. So that's one way to reach me. And again, as always, you can go to the website or email ryanbuds@gmail.com. All right, we're going to jump into this episode. Before we officially start this episode, I do want to say a very special rest in peace to Brody Stevens, who was one of my favorite comedians to watch in the LA comedy scene when I did a lot more stand-up when I first moved here. He was a guy that I wasn't super close with, but he was just one of those guys that everybody was close with because when he walked into a room, he lit it up so much with his talent, with his positivity, with his crowd work, and he was just one of those very unique unique individuals to watch, and just really, really sad that he's gone now. So if you don't know who Brody Stevens is, if you listen to this show and you've never heard his name, do yourself a favor and go look up some clips on YouTube. You can watch his whole special with Comedy Dynamics, which was filmed in 2018. I listened to that whole album driving home from a party last night, and it's on Amazon Unlimited or Spotify, I'm sure. So check out some Brody Stevens. He will be very much missed. And he did Warm Up for Ridiculousness, which was the show I worked on for MTV for a long time. So he was the warm-up comedian. So I got to see him there quite a bit too, just messing with local crowds and tourists. And he was one of a kind. There's never going to be another Brody Stevens. 818 for life. Enjoy it. All right, we're going to jump into this episode right now. It's all about math. Let's see how you do on these 10 math questions. And let's see how I do on these 10 math questions. I'm sure it won't be great. Here we go. All right, math trivia question number 1. How many sides does a heptagon have? Question number 1. How many sides does a heptagon have? Now, in today's episode, I'm going to be answering the questions, taking a guess on these. So if you want to take a pause after I read the question so you can answer it before I do for some reason, you could do that like right now. But I'm going to say a heptagon has 7 sides. I think it is a 7-sided figure. I think hepta or whatever means 7. So that's my guess for number 1. How many sides does a heptagon have? 7. Question number 2. What Greek mathematician is referred to as the father of geometry? Number 2. What Greek mathematician is referred to as the father of geometry? I can't even say the word, so there's a good chance I don't know this answer. This is where I will sound very dumb because I don't think I know any Greek mathematicians. Something with the D, maybe? The guy, isn't it the guy that... something to do with Da Vinci, like a drawing, but not Da Vinci, obviously, but something like Demetrius, something like that. I may be very, very off. That is my guess. Something with a D. I don't know. Greek mathematician referred to as the father of geometry. Number 3, what president came up with a proof for the Pythagorean theorem? Number 3, what president came up with a proof for the Pythagorean theorem? Number 3. Okay, a very mathy president. Number 3, I'm going to say Abraham Lincoln. He seems like a guy that knew some stuff. He read a lot of books. I remember what proofs are. Like, I remember the concept of like, we're going to learn proofs, but to this day, I could not tell you what a proof is, except in terms of, like a picture. Number 4, what was the name of the movie about Jaime Escalante teaching calculus to high school students? I have seen this movie. I was forced to watch it in 8th grade by my teacher, Mr. Fred, and the answer is Stand and Deliver. I'm pretty sure it's Stand and Deliver. Number 4. Number 5, what Disney character visited Math Magic Land? Number 5, what Disney character visited Math Magic Land? I'm going to say that the answer to that is Donald Duck for some reason. I'm probably off. Maybe it's Mickey. But number 5, what Disney character visited Math Magic Land? I'm going to say Donald Duck. I feel like there was a Donald Duck math special that I rented as a kid and went like, oh, this isn't fun. Number 6, what math idea is represented by the symbol? And the symbol he put on the page is like the sideways 8. So like the interlooping 2 circles. And I think that is the symbol for infinite, if I'm not mistaken. So if you can imagine that little 8 on its side, what is the math idea that's represented by that symbol? Infinity or infinite. Number 7, who got in trouble in 1992 for saying math class is tough? Number 7, who got in trouble in 92 for saying math class is tough? I'm going to say Bill Clinton for that one because 92 was a big year for Clinton, and I feel like he was in the news, and maybe that would have been something people were mad at him for saying. If it's not him, it's got to be a big athlete. I would say like Michael Jordan or something, but I'm going to say Bill Clinton. Number 8, what math concept is celebrated every March 14th? I think I've asked this question before, and it's Pi Day, the 14th of March, 314, 3.14. That's got to be Pi Day. Number 8. Number 9, what is the smallest prime number? Here's another thing that I will never, ever remember or use or apply to anything in my life. Prime numbers. Oh, man. 3. Is that it? The smallest prime number? 3. It's like any number that's divisible by itself or not divisible. Prime. Optimus Prime. Number 10, this book written by Edwin Abbott describes a fictional two-dimensional world occupied by geometric figures. This is your last question. Number 10, this book written by Edwin Abbott describes a fictional two-dimensional world occupied by geometric figures. I have no idea, so I'm going to say Ender's Game. I don't think that's right, but that's my guess. Ender's Game. All right, that is the end of my game because the 10 questions are over for math, which I'm very excited about. I think I got maybe half of those, and we'll find out exactly how many I got and how many you got in just a second when we go over the answers to math trivia. We're back with the answers to math trivia. Thank you, John Baugh, for these great questions. I didn't feel super, super dumb, but I bet I came across that way. Number 1, how many sides does a heptagon have? The answer was 7. I got that one right. Nice job, me. 7 for a heptagon. Number 2, what Greek mathematician is referred to as the father of geometry? Ooh, not even close to anything with a D. Euclid. Like a town. There's a town called Euclid somewhere around here. Number 2. Number 3, what president came up with a proof for the Pythagorean theorem? That was James Garfield. Could have used a nice lasagna hint there, James Garfield. Number 4, what was the name of the movie about Jaime Escalante teaching calculus to high school students? Stand and Deliver. Stand and Deliver. I used to get that movie confused with The Principal, which is a Jim Belushi movie where he goes to like an inner city school and tries to be a principal, but has to fight like a gang in like a locker room at the end of the movie with a bat. I remember thinking, like, is this the movie where the teacher has to fight the kids with a bat? And I'm like, oh no, it's where he teaches them calculus. It's 2 very different movies. Also, one of them is Latino. Number 5, what Disney character visited Math Magic Land? It was Donald Duck. I was right. That makes me feel good. Donald Duck in Math Magic Land. I don't remember that tape or anything about it. I'm going to have to look it up on YouTube. Number 6, what math idea is represented by this symbol? It was infinity, the sideways 8, the 2 interlooping circles, infinity. Number 7, who got in trouble in 1992 for saying math class is tough? The answer was Barbie. Oh, it was a fictional character. Okay, I must have been on a commercial or something or in a weird interview to promote a new toy, but it was Barbie. Barbie said math class is tough. Hey, math class is tough. I feel like Barbie should be able to say that. Number 8, what math concept is celebrated every March 14th? It is Pi Day. Number 8. Number 9, what is the smallest prime number? 2. I was off by 1. And if you explain to me why 2 is a prime number, I'm not going to remember it once again. But maybe you got that one. Number 2. Or 2 for number 9. And number 10, this book written by Edwin Abbott describes a fictional two-dimensional world occupied by geometric figures. It's called Flatland. So it was not Ender's Game. It's not Ender's Game, which I think is Orson Scott Card, right? Is that the author? So not even the same author. Geometric Figures, Flatland was the name of that book. Great questions, John. Let's see how many I got. I got Heptagon. I got the Jaime Escalante. I got Math Magic Land. I got Infinity. And I got Pi Day. So I did get 5 out of 10, 50%, which is about exactly what I thought I would do on this little quiz. Hopefully you did better. Maybe you're way better at math than me. And if you like this episode, leave me an iTunes review. I'd love to get your thoughts on the show. Throw your 4 or 5 star review over on iTunes or 1, 2, or 3, I guess. But if you want to give me some props or tell me what you like or don't like about the show, you can always do that on an iTunes review, or you can email ryanbuds@gmail.com. Love interacting with people who like this show, who like trivia, and who like math. Just kidding, not so much the math thing. But if you like pop culture, I'll be your best friend. It'll be cool. We'll be buddies. If you want to support this show, you can go to patreon.com/trivia-with-buds and join the group of 30 plus people who make this show run smoothly every single day. And you can get some amazing rewards, which I am about to mail exactly after I finish this recording. We're going to send out all the February rewards. So you guys will get those before the end of February, and March's will come a lot sooner now that my move is done and I'm a little bit more established in the new residence. So cool stuff coming your way. Man, you're going to love the magnets that I send you guys for the Magnet Club. The t-shirts are on the way. The books for the book club are on the way. So lots of cool stuff coming your way if you're a Patreon subscriber. You could donate $1 to join us over on the Patreon chat, and I'm in there right now. I just posted what I'm doing today. And what I'm doing today after I mail the rewards is I'm going to play a bunch of Nintendo Switch games with some local trivia players who invited me over to do some day drinking and play some Mario Kart, some Mario Party, and some Super Smash Brothers, which I've yet to play, and I'm very excited to check out for the new system. And then I posted in there that I am loving this new beer that is called the Cali Creamin' Vanilla Cream Ale. So if you can find that, Cali Creamin' Vanilla Cream Ale. I think it's been out a while. It's not a new beer, but it's a new beer to me. I've never had it, and I really like it. So try and find that beer. And some other people in the chat, Sweet Waffles, she said, that sounds like a fantastic Saturday. I'm in Philadelphia for the Penguins-Flyers game tonight, smiley face, so that'll be fun. My friend Jim Fields, the Askin Nebraskan, says, supposed to work a hockey game tonight, but they're calling for snow and 50-mile-per-hour winds this afternoon and evening, so I may just be hunkering down at home. And my friend Mo Martinez said, I'm working on trivia, LOL, wishing I was day drinking. So you can jump in there. It's fun. It's like an ongoing chat room, and we all jump in and kind of post some fun things in. So that's only $1. If you donate $1 to the show, you can get in that chat room, make some new pals, some new pop culture correspondence, and live your life in the pop culture spotlight. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Thanks for telling a friend about the show, and we'll see you tomorrow for more trivia with me. Cheers.